Fala galera, eu tô aqui diretamente com as duas maiores lendas aí do mercado. A gente tem o Davinci, que foi o cara que mandou a galera comprar no Bitcoin a $100. Não, se não me engano, $1 na verdade. É realmente histórico, realmente um OG máximo do mercado. E o Chris, né, dispensa introduções aí, provavelmente um dos maiores youtubers atualmente de cripto. E eu vou trocar uma ideia com eles a respeito da visão deles do mercado agora, se eles acham que se vai mais abaixo ou não. So without any further ado, and for our English, our Portuguese speakers, there's gonna be subtitles downstairs. So, hey guys, it's finally super nice to get you guys on the channel, and let's go straight to the important question. What is your guys' view on the market, like short term? Are we going deeper? Do you guys think the bottom has been formed? Since you guys are on the scene for so much longer than me, you guys have seen like probably the first bear market, so you probably have a view of market bottoms a bit deeper than mine. So I'm anxious to see
Let's
what
start
you guys
with
are
Chris.
about.
Okay, I'll start, and
bullish.
then we will the most bullish one, and then we go over to him who has like survived even another bear market more than me. So let's start with that. First of all, bom dia, Bitcoin, big fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. But you are Brazil, right? So,
Yeah.
but same language.
Okay.
Anyways, so for Bitcoin, I think that we probably hit the bottom yet, but that doesn't mean, even if I'm right, that doesn't mean that we are going to pump tomorrow. The market is very boring, and it is probably gonna stay boring like for many months, but I think we are going to see upside. For me, I don't see the price dipping lower than 17.5, which will be interesting because I think he disagrees. I think 17.5 was the bottom for Bitcoin, and from here we will see very slow and boring upwards movement until we eventually get a beautiful big green wick towards the upside. That's what I think is the most probable scenario. Everyone is bearish right now, and this bottom looks just way too similar to every single bottom we had before. But I'm very happy to argue, and maybe you have another opinion.
Okay, yeah. Well, I have a slightly different opinion because I really think that the Federal Reserve will continue to raise interest rates, and this will add to the volatility. Now, Bitcoin could end up still going higher, but next year. But I feel that there will be a downside turn because that they manage the price of crypto, especially Bitcoin, not the altcoins, but just Bitcoin and Ethereum. The Federal Reserve, they have complete access to manage the price of those two assets through the ETF and the commodities exchange. Those two systems help manage the price downwards. Now they're gonna have problems managing Ethereum because Ethereum has gone negative in the production of Ethereum. Now there's actually less Ethereum each day. But as for Bitcoin, they have a stranglehold over Bitcoin. So we probably could see a price lower than the 17.5 coming into the future. And you know what? The reason why I believe that is that every time governments go into hyperinflation, where they actually print more money, they try to manage prices. They tell you that, no, you know what, we're going to control the price of food, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so this is what they're doing. They printed too much money, and they're not going to raise the interest rates above the inflation rate. So that means that assets prices are going to go higher. So what they can do, they have control over those asset prices somewhat, not everything, just anything on the major stock exchanges, the major exchanges, and I think they're going to bring those things down heavy, and then say, oh, see, it's so volatile. It's so volatile. Let me help you out. I'm going to trade your crypto for some fiat, some nice safe fiat. Yeah. Right, and then then the real price will be displayed.
Yeah, you're totally right, man. What do you think about Bitcoin spot ETFs? Do you think they'll ever come along? Do you think that the US is waiting for the major bottom so they don't have any kind of vulnerability of prices going down with the state of the markets now? And as you said, with inflation, I think that the US is kind of propping up a dead body. They're picking like what is inflating less, and they're emptying their reserves just to keep inflation at bay now. So I'm right there with you. I think that at some point it's going to be completely out of control, and then markets probably are going to go for another leg. But it's like a short term on a weekly candle. It's probably just a week, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're both right. But
Well,
honestly,
I think for the ETF, spot ETF, I'm going to make
I
it
know
short.
your answer already.
Yeah, they could have one if the person comes to them and say, "Listen, I sets up their ETF exactly like gold." If you read the gold ETF prospectus, you'll see in there. There's that the custodial, the person who holds the gold, doesn't have to be audited, and there's and if they don't have the gold, it's not their problem, and so they won't check if they don't have the gold. So what would happen to if you're a custodial, and they won't get in trouble, by the way, if they don't have the gold. So if you are a custodial of gold, what's your and you've got a whole bunch of gold for the ETF, what's the probability that you're actually going to keep the gold when you won't get charged if you do take the gold, and they're never going to check?
100%. 100% likelihood. But another thing which maybe I think ETF, it's a very high probability. Yeah. Another thing which I think your followers are interested in, you probably talk about the ETF, potential ETF a few times. Some theory you brought up, and I think it makes a lot of sense in terms of the timing, when it's going to come. And you actually said you think it's going to, when it comes, it's the top of the bull market, right? So
guess what was
CME?
the ETF, what's it called? The ETF that was backed up by the commodities exchange.
That was a futures.
Actually came out in November near the top.
Ah, yeah. So, but exactly. So whenever something like this comes out, like the one from the commodity exchange or the CME futures, right, in 2017, which came out exactly at the bull market high. Usually when some product gets released, so the general public can get easy access without any barriers to it from their savings account or from their bank with a few clicks. When access is very easy and everyone, the small guy, can do it, I agree. That is a really, really valid theory. That's usually close to the bull market high. So maybe if the bull market high is going to happen 2025 or whatever, that might be then the time of the ETF actually being allowed.
Exactly.
That's usually how they take the last bit of the market out by getting the general public in, right? That happened many times already.
Exactly. It even happened with the silver ETF actually.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I have a kind of a slight different view, which is I know that the futures ETF that was launched on the peak of the 2017 market, it was done because it was a futures ETF, right? So it was made for Wall Street to completely, gigantically short it. But
it's not about shorting actually, because you have to understand that futures market was cash market, meaning you couldn't. It was the first commodity that was ever showed up on the commodities exchange that you couldn't get delivery of. And yet, you know how easy it is to deliver a Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Compared to corn?
Easy.
Compared to corn,
Lightning
gold.
speed, I would say.
Exactly. And yet, it's the only commodity that can't be delivered. Isn't there something wrong with that?
Yeah. Okay. I got it. Well, I'll get you guys. I'll pick your brains later on the summit. And to finish this quick video, what are you guys thinking about the financial summit in Bali? I know you guys and Tone Vase go way back, so just a quick view so we can finish with the golden key, as we say in Brazil.
I really like the Tone-Based Financial Summit. I was already last year at the Tone-Based Financial Summit in Dubai, and now I'm here at the Tone-Based Financial Summit in Bali, and it's awesome. I know this guy already had 3. You had the one in Bali, and it's very different to your normal conferences where you walk around and do selfies all the time. You have a lot of, like, not a lot, but like a few people, but it's like more networking, more personal, more knowledge, workshops and all of these things, and nice fun activities, health, food and all of this. So I think in general I prefer this. Next year I'm gonna be in for sure.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm 2 for 4. I'm behind you, but hopefully I'll get to it.
I would have been 4 for 4, but I had to have an operation, so I couldn't make the Dominican Republic one. So, but yeah, it was an enjoyable time. I love the Tone-Based Financial Summits. It's the best place for high net worth individuals to just relax, do their thing, and not have to be worried about can I get a picture? Can I get a picture every few seconds? Not that I don't mind that. I don't mind that, but you know, sometimes some conferences you just want to just chill.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of conference.
This is a perfect mix between like concentrated brain power, objectivity, and crypto finance, right?
Yeah, I like the tone-based financial summit.
Awesome. So thank you guys so much for coming in the channel. Probably our Brazilian community are freaking out right now, and I'm hopefully we see you guys in the next chapter.
Yeah, like the video.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Like the video.
Boom.
See you guys soon.
Also subscribe and like our channel too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Eu vou
Bom dia, Bitcoin.
I'll put it on the description. Galera, finalmente chegamos.
Yes. Ronaldinho, Ronaldo.
Família Liga só aumenta. Vou colocar aqui embaixo a descrição do canal deles. Provavelmente vocês já são inscritos, mas vou colocar aqui embaixo. Vejo vocês na próxima. Um beijo gigante e fomos. Tamo junto.